All right, guys, this is MobileGamerNerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only champion spotlight. Today, we're going to be doing someone who a lot of you actually were very interested in seeing in action and seeing built up. Yes, it is Marquee, Marquess, Marquise, whatever you want to call her. She is a demon spawn from hell, and she's actually really strong. If I was going to pick a demon spawn to help me out in Faction Crypt, I would definitely be picking Marquee. She's got some pretty cool skills. She's got some reasonable damage. And yeah, let's see what she's got and what we're doing with her. So, skills. Her A1, she has an attack on one enemy, has a 25% chance of placing a 25% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. So that's good. You get decreased attack right from the A1. Attacks all enemies, has a 35% chance of placing a 15% weaken debuff for 2 turns and deals extra damage to enemies with the weaken debuff. So basically, she can weaken everybody, and then the next round she does a lot more damage. Or you can throw in somebody who does weaken, someone like Gerda, whatever her name is, Cleo, things like that that can do weakens, and she'll do a lot more damage. And then she has an attack on one enemy, which places a freeze debuff. Not that great, but it does work. She does give us a 15% increase in defense for faction crypts, and the other good news is she is a defense hero, so all of her skills are based on defense, which is also good because we're going to put her in a lot of defense. We did give her the Phantom Touch Blessing because we want her to do a little more damage. Masteries, we went a little bit different than normal. Like I said, I've been pushing more into Helm Smasher on a lot of my newer heroes just because we want to break defenses and get through some of these tougher enemies. So yeah, we did go down the basic offense tree into Helm Smasher because we want her to hit really hard and break through defense. And then we gave her some accuracy stuff leading down into 30% chance to extend the duration of any debuff. And also we have increase the chance of placing any debuff, which is good. So that's the attack down, things like that. All right, let's get out of there. Now, her artifacts. We just kind of threw a mishmash of things on her that had the stats we needed because we want her to have accuracy, we want her to have defense, we want her to have crit rate, and we want her to have crit damage. So those are the things that are really, really important to us. So we did put her in some perception stuff. We did put her in this set, the resilience, which gives her HP plus 10% and defense 10%. And then we put her in this crit rate set, which also gives her HP self-shield and the extra 12% crit rate, which we want her to do a lot of crit damage. We have her in a crit damage glove, a defense chest, a speed boot. We've got HP on her ring, defense on her amulet, and we've got resistance on her banner. We could put her in accuracy. We just didn't have it at the time. I don't think I have one right now, to be honest. Otherwise, I would probably put it on her as we speak. We do not because we want her to land those weekends. So that's kind of important. Total stats on my girl right now. 41,000 HP. She's got 2,200 attack, 3,500 defense, 179 speed. So we're lacking a little bit there. I think it's because I don't have glyphs. So once I glyph her out, we should be able to get her around 190, possibly even up to 200. We'll see. Crit rate 87. We've got crit damage at 208, so we are pretty high. 171 resist and 283 accuracy. Now, like I said, we would use her in the faction crypts. I don't believe that faction crypt is specifically open today. Yeah, it is not. We do not have it. So yeah, we will get in here. We are on the final end spawn here. We're at Demon Spawn. We're on stage 21. We just got to beat the last fight. That's it. So we're going to hopefully get through it with Marquee, and we'll know in a week because I just don't have time to wait a week for that. But let's check her out in Arena, see what she can do. We're going to try to put her in a situation where she can actually thrive. So here we go. We want weekends. All right, so maybe what we can do is take her out. We can put Gerda in. We'll take her out, and then we will bring Marquee in. There we go. As an extra. We'll see how it goes. We don't have defense down, but we'll give it a shot and see how much damage she can put up. That's really what we want to see is the damage that she puts up. Now, attack up isn't really going to help her. We're going to do some freezing. Maybe it'll kill them. I don't know. Okay, we lived. So now we want to use a weaken, I believe. Nope, not this one. Here we go. After attacking those, hopefully she can land it with some weakens. Let's see. All right, so we got 2 weakens. Let's see how much damage she can do with this attack. Luckily, it's on her, too. So she is the green affinity, so we're actually going to see how much damage she can put up. All right, so 25 plus 17. So there you go. Not bad. I'll take it, and we're going to kill you. Now, I think Gorev has a revive, so we definitely want to take care of him real quick. So, yeah, she can be a nuker if you build her up right. If you can get her like that 250 range and give her some more, give her more arena-based skills, I think she'd be better in here. Obviously, doing more damage when she hits her first time, things like that. Yeah, she would be a lot better in here, but it looked like she did 94,000 on that, so that's not bad, and she actually didn't even hit the last person. So let's see if there's another fight in here that we can kind of meet it up. This is a defense team. Let's see if we can do it here. These guys are going to be tough. Now, she does have Helm Smasher, so she should be able to get through their defenses. And luckily, these guys are tanky, so I'm assuming they're going to stay alive for this freeze. And then we want to do the weaken. Let's see how resistant they are. All right, so we got weaken. We killed the other guy. So here we go. Weaken again. Everyone's got weaken. So that guy died. So that's nice. We'll see how it goes with the. We don't want that speed, but it doesn't really matter. We'll see how it goes with these guys. These guys are pretty tanky. Luckily, it don't matter. We can steal their turn meters. Kill this. I should have actually fought Syl. Now we do have a freeze, right? What does she have here? She has a poison and a weaken. We'll do some weakening, right? Let's see how much damage she does on her freeze. If she can hit it, this is the wrong affinity. All right, so 23k on that hit. Not terrible, not great. Like I said, she hits good. This is arena. I mean, you're gonna have some high defense heroes going on in here. Maybe we'll get lucky and find someone else that we can do. This is a terrible fight. That's probably a stone skin. Let's do another refresh. I want to see if we can get one more good one. Team that's going to be annoying. This team is definitely going to be annoying. Let's see how fast they are. I'm willing to go for it. I'm willing to give you guys what you want, and that is terrible, terrible arena fights. All right, there we go. Let's see if these guys will win. So the freeze, these guys are going to be highly resistant, which actually, no, they're not. This has the weaken. So let's do this. All right, so we've got some weakens. Let's see what kind of damage this girl is going to do. Oh, that wasn't bad. Took that other guy out. Let's see if we can get this guy's turn meter down. She's going to come back. Oh, of course, she gets a turn. Why wouldn't she get a turn, right? Let's see if we can freeze you. So now she's out of the loop. All right. We got all of our debuffs out of here. Now we're going to try and freeze this guy, but we just killed him instead. So that's fine. Now we can hopefully freeze her or kill her. She is frozen and dead. Now we can just focus on the Siffy, which is a really annoying hero. Luckily, we have weakens and freezes and smites and all kinds of stuff that we can throw on her. All right, boop. Let's see how much damage she can do at A1. I don't think the attack up's going to matter. Here we go. A1. Let's see what she can do. 16k. I mean, yeah. Like I said, this is arena. You're not going to see some big numbers from me here. I think the biggest I saw in arena was like 110k from a hit, but that was that's a little weird. So yeah, she's good. And she does put up numbers, and she can be a nuker. We just don't have her built perfectly. She is 61,000 power versus, some tankier type heroes. So if you get her crit damage up and stuff, you'll be happy. All right, let's go look at some dungeons, see what she's good in. Now, she has the weaken, and she is defensive. So that being said, I feel like this could be a place where you would want to use her, is in this fight. Now we're going to go into stage 16, and I want to try using the same teams the same heroes like her, like Gerda and Mithrala for staying alive. You know what? Let's see. Where is she? Where's Marquee? She's going to really benefit from defense. So we'll bring in her. So now we've got a reasonable team. Kale is whatever. I'm going to take Kale out. And we're going to do this. This is going to be a baby version of what I want to see later on. I actually should have put, I forgot, I should have put not Mithril in the front. I should have put, no, let's just do it because it'll give them more it'll give, whatever, it's stage 16, don't matter. So let's just see, there we go, she's putting up numbers. I want to see how much damage she does in this, just generally, because now we're in PvE, which is a lot different than PvP. PvP has a lot more things that can go wrong. Like that 66k on a little hit. Now you're going to actually see like her real damage. I don't think there's anyone in here to really gauge it off of. I mean, like I said, I've seen Yakarl put up about 30 to 40,000 without attack up. Who's on just normal hits? I'm thinking. I'm trying to think who has like just the normal hits. Who I can compare her to? Unfortunately, now I feel like Gerda and Mithrala are obviously going to outdamage her because of the poisons. But even that freeze is very helpful in here. It helps keep the ads kind of at bay. Now the question is are we going to get the kill here? I guess not. It's going to be, boop, look at that, 70,000 plus a follow-up of 40k. So I'll take that. That is a good hit. That Phantom Touch and the extra damages are good. Now, hopefully they don't do too much damage here, though, because then the stupid guy is going to come back and kill us. All right, so we're good now. One is dead. I'm hoping that Armiger will kill that golem, but I don't know if we're going to be that lucky. Nope. We are not that lucky. There she go. I couldn't even see that one. Was that 35? So this could be a team that we push forward in with Ice Golem, something like this, because she will be helpful in breaking through the defenses. Say, look at that. That's kind of nice. So we could put a defense hero in the lead, boost her defense, which also would boost her damage, which is nice. There you go. 52k plus an extra 4. I'll take that. He really loves decreasing turn meter. I would undo it and I would take the off auto and just kill one of those, but we're not going to do that right now. We want to see this on auto, and now he blocks revive. The one time it didn't matter. So there you go. Let's see how much damage she put up. So Gerda and Mithrala, who are basically poisoners and keep damage going. In a longer fight, I feel like Gerda and Mithrala would take over. Marquee, though, she doubled her damage. All right. So obviously she is putting up some reasonable damage here. So this is someone that, and she's defensive, guys. So she's going to survive those big hits. And that's kind of why even Armorger becomes awesome later in the game, because defense is really important. So I would say, these two on a defense team is really good. You could put Apothecary in the lead for your defense lead, and then you could have these two just poisoning while these guys are very defensive. Now, he didn't put up as much damage because, one, he's a single target hitter, and two, we don't have him built too well. So we are going to be working on him. And we did just talk about this actually this week in my in the video we just did for progression. So yeah, definitely a cool team. Definitely Marquee is awesome. I would build her if you need someone for Demon Spawn. She's better than even the epics that you get for free. I don't think that Arrhenius or the other one, that's how much I use them. I don't even remember their names. How much she is just way better than both of those. So if you're going to choose one to build, she's the one you would build. I wouldn't build the other two for Demon Spawn unless you really need somebody to be bad at the game. All right, let's go look somewhere else. Let's see. There's not much to show in Doom Tower. I don't know where I would honestly use her in here, like specifically. I don't think Magma Dragon's going to matter too much with her. She has a freeze, so that could be good for the Fire Knight in hard mode, but it's not the best thing. It'll just lower turn meter, so it's like getting a single target decreased turn meter on the Fire Knight. So we may end up using her on our team. Spider, once again, he has the counterattacks, and I don't know if she's strong enough for later. Like your Carl is struggling at this point for me in hard mode, in hard Doom Tower, to take the spiders out in one hit. So we are kind of switching over to more of a like Gerda or Ryan taking away the counterattacks to finish this fight. So I don't know. I don't really see her as being somebody that's needed here. But if you need a nuker, she could be that nuker. You could put her in HP Destroy. I don't think she really has a kit for this fight. She doesn't put up her own shields. Like you'd have to have somebody putting up shields for her. And yeah, I mean it's an option. I don't think it's a good option. Here she's basically useless. I wouldn't use her for the spider. And that's basically all the stuff in Doom Tower, but she's fine for clearing waves and getting through stuff. And you can use her in some of these secret rooms, which I'm sure this is an epic one only. I don't think there's one in here that I could actually show. Like I said, it's the beginning, unfortunately. Who we got here? We'll take him out. It's got to be Magic Champions, and she's not Magic, right? I don't think she's Magic. Yeah, she's green, I think, or red. She's one of the two. I don't know. All we know is she's not Magic. How's that? Let's go down here. All right, so that's attack champions. She's defense, so that doesn't work either, which is good for some of the higher end ones, by the way. Bannerlords, she is not, and I think maybe the first fight. Yeah, rare champions. Yeah, we did use her in here, so we actually used her in the first fight. She'll be useful in any of these fights that require just random, rares and things like that. But they're going to do so much damage here. It's going to look kind of like a joke here. But yeah, hey, it'll get you through. It'll give you a quick clear. And for the higher fights, what you could do if you need a rare champion for them that's defensive, you could use her and put her in a stun set, and then that would help you out in the later fights because that way you can just keep stunning the whole thing. She didn't even get a turn. Look at that. 0 damage. What a good showcase that was. Let's do edit team. Let's just put these two in. It doesn't really matter, does it? Let's just check these two out. Let's watch that again. Let's watch it again. So 37. Let's see who can outdamage this. Bogwalker goes first, so he's going to have better shot. Say, because if he didn't go first, then yeah, she put up more damage. Because remember, she's a little bit slow. So if we can get her over 200 speed, you're going to see a lot more damage out of her too, which is nice. There you go. Boom. Everyone's dead. So who did it? Yeah, Bogwalker. Bogwalker's the 6-star. I can't, and I put the best gear on Bogwalker. So if I took Bogwalker's gear and put it on Marquee, she would demolish him probably. But yeah, Either way, these two are really good heroes. You can use them in here. I don't think there's anything in here that I wouldn't use them for. Like I said, Faction Wars are good. Campaign, I don't think there's anything specific I would use her for. Doom Tower, you can use her in there. As far as Clan Boss, I wouldn't probably use her there. She does have decreased attack. That's really about all she has going for her. As far as Hydra goes, we actually were messing around here. I don't know if I would use her in here, and I think we might have used her. No, we didn't. So let's try her out. Let's bring in, let's do a damage team and see if I can get this to work. Where's my other doggo? So what I do is on my final key is I bring in a bunch of heroes that are damage dealers. Is anyone seeing my dog? There he is. I bring in a bunch of damage dealers and just try to do as much damage as possible in the first few rounds before they die. So that's how I use my final key. I don't think I have anyone here that does shield, that is a shielder. Funny enough, Carl, it could be good for it, but I don't know how I feel about him. Well, we'll bring him in. If I can find a speed lead, that would be nice. We could bring Cleo. Let's see who can do things here. I don't know who to bring. I guess you could bring a healer. I think a speed up here would be best. Right there, right? Speed in all battles. Sure, we'll bring the speed. We'll see if, because the attack's great, but if you don't get any speed, it don't matter. So let's see how these guys handle themselves. They're going to die pretty quickly because the dogs are pretty much glass cannons at this point. They don't last long if without a shield. So we'll see how they can do here. But I'm just curious who's going to put up the most damage. Considering my doggo is pretty strong, I'm interested at best. We're just gonna. The whole point of this is just a test to see who can do some reasonable damage with their main hits. So we'll know basically between you, Carl. Now, whoever dies first obviously is going to do lower damage unless they're just that good. We'll see how it goes. But remember, she's defensive. So they're going to die first, and then she's going to get some extra hits in. So hopefully it's enough. She did 50k to that shield. That wasn't bad. She does hit kind of like a truck there. Like I said, they're going to die pretty quickly. The most I've ever done with some kind of a team like this was like 1 million, I think, or 1.2, because they just die too quickly. It's not. It's like it's a runoff team that we just use to get the extra points we need to get to the final key and get our last box, which is we've now done, I think. So it doesn't really matter. But as you can see, she's surviving past the other ones, which is better than nothing. Look at that. She got the extra hit in. So the fact that she's defensive is going to help you in Hydra. I wouldn't bring the other guys in here. I would bring other heroes that can do things like decrease attack, AoE weakens, things like that. Because we didn't bring in Gerda with this. You could bring in Gerda for the weekend, then that'll make her stronger, which means she'll last even longer. Well, I guess if you guys were wondering whether or not Mother Superior can last in Hydra, I guess you now know the answer. She's soloing the freaking the Hydra right now. She's like, she's like, I'm the star. All right, she survived. Who did the most damage? Let's look. So Marquee put up 276 because she survived longer. Cleo put up 270. Obviously, I get that she didn't get an extra attack and she died earlier, but it doesn't matter because the whole point of this is to stay alive. So, yeah, having Cleo on the team with her, though, definitely helps because you have the extra weakens. So, yeah, I mean, but I would say Gerda's a better option for someone who could do AoE weekend. Any AoE weekend here. Your Carl and the Doggos, obviously, about the same because they're weak as far as staying alive. So I never bring them into Hydra, to be honest. Like this is the first time I've actually brought them into Hydra. I think they're not Hydra heroes. They're PVE dungeons, things like that. So yeah, they're all in the same boat. Basically, my dogs and Yukara all did the same damage, but Marquee and Cleo together. So these are more of a Hydra team. So if I were to do a Hydra thing, yeah, I would bring Cleo and Marquee instead. So those would be the two I'd bring in. So yeah, she is good for it. She's good for it. We can keep the result. Did that put us to 8 million or just below it? Let's look. Where am I? Did I miss my team? Normal? Was that hard mode? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so we just hit 8 million, so we got our last box, so that's good. We're going to get the final box. Actually, we already had it, so it is what it is. But yeah, there you go. We are going to get out of there. Let's look at her again so we can all be in awe of her awesomeness. So yeah, Marquee. She is a reasonable hero. I mean, I've actually been using her a lot in the city and some other areas. She's not terrible, and I feel like she's going to start showing her head in some of my later game teams because she can stay alive. Defense heroes always find their way into Ice Golem teams, for me at least, because they stay alive. And having heroes that can stay alive is better than having heroes that can do damage because you can't do damage if you're dead. So unless you got some really good revivers and shielders, like if you bring Mithrala with those heroes, yeah, you can keep them alive. But even then, Sometimes you just get debuffed to hell, like in places like Iron Twins, things like that. There's just nothing you can do. It doesn't matter how defensive you are. If you can't do the damage you need, then, it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish and how hard the fight is. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions or if you have any places that you use Marquee, feel free to let me know. Because, I mean, I don't have a specific place for her. I just think she's good all around. She's another one of those heroes that's just going to pop up pretty much every day that you play and in the city and some other places. And you're going to have a lot of fun with her. And I think with some other heroes that she's more of a team player. So with other heroes, I think you're going to really enhance her attack and make her really good. So yeah, that's it for today. Remember, like, share, subscribe. You help the channel grow. We do a live show every week. So yeah, you should tune in for that. And yeah, this is Marquee. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd. And you guys take care.